Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
You've been investing in Bryan-College Station for about 6 years. Let's go over some investment strategies that you can rate for us.
All right, let's do it.
All right, you ready for the first one?
Sure.
Here we go. Fix and flip.
Fix and flip. So you're going to buy it, you're going to fix it up, you're going to sell it for a profit. It's a obviously time-tested, proven strategy, but 2025 was pretty soft. 2026 probably going to be soft as well. So the concern there is that you're buying in an area where prices might be flat or even going down. And so because that increased risk, plus just the risk of going over budget, things like that, I give it a 7 out of 10. Not to mention the fact you're paying a lot in taxes.
Ooh. All right, midterm rentals, 30 to 90 days, some traveling nurses.
Yeah, MTRs, midterm rentals. I like these a lot. I think this is a great addition to a buy and hold strategy. You get more cash flow, but of course it is relatively involved. You still have to furnish the place. You still have to deal with guests. So more cash flow, a little bit more work. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, BRRRR, buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat.
Lots of steps in a BRRRR, and that's why I am cautious about BRRRRs. I think BRRRRs, similar to the fix and flip, right? It takes a little while to do, and you really need to know what your after repair value is going to be, right? And there's so many steps involved. This is one for me. If you're a newbie, I'd say stay away from a BRRRR. I rate it more around like a 6, but if you're a seasoned investor, less risk, so maybe like an 8 or a 9.
Okay, what about renting by the room to students?
Yeah, the rent by the room. So we get this a lot in College Station is like, hey, I want to buy a student rental and I'm going to have a different lease for every room because I can make more money. And the truth is you can make a little bit more money, maybe $50, maybe $100 per room, but now you've got 4 separate leases, 4 different tenants with common spaces. There's a lot of headache involved in it. So as a result, I don't recommend a rent by the room. I don't think it's worth the extra headache. And overall, I actually give it a 4 out of 10.
Buy and hold, your classic investment strategy.
It's the OG of investing. Buy, hold, get rich, guys. I think if you own real estate long enough in Bryan-College Station, where our average appreciation is 4.96% per year, you are going to get wealthy. Buy and hold, 10 out of 10. Make sure you screen your tenants.
All right, a house hack, live in one part, rent out the other.
Can I give it an 11 out of 10? I love house hacking. We're on our second one. I think house hacking is buy and hold on steroids. You get lower down payment options. You're living there. There's a lot of reduced risk with that. Plus you're learning how to be a landlord. It's like landlording with training wheels. Honestly, the only downside is you live next to your tenants. I don't think that's a big deal. It didn't affect us, but for some people, they don't like it. I'll still give it 11 out of 10. What
about wholesaling?
Wholesaling. So I'm gonna make a point right here. People might not like it. Let me know in the comments below. I don't believe wholesaling is investing any more than being a real estate agent is investing. Wholesaling is transactional. You find a really good deal, which is a great skill to have, and then you are assigning the contract and you're making a spread on the amount that you're assigning for, right? Well, for one, it's a little sketchy whether or not you can do that legally in Texas, given some of the laws around acting as a real estate agent and the laws and regulations around the Texas Real Estate Commission. But even beyond that, it is very transactional. It's not necessarily investing. And for that one, I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
All right, a live-in flip, fixing it while you live there?
Oh, so if we gave flipping a 7 out of 10, I'm gonna give a live-in flip 8 out of 10. The same way that doing a house hack is lower risk, by buying the property, there's a lot less risk. You've got better loans, better interest rates, no holding costs because you're living there. You can DIY it, which will save you money. Plus, when you go to sell, if you live there for 2 years, you don't pay capital gains tax. There's a lot of advantages to it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
All right, here we go. Last 2, Airbnb or short-term rentals?
STRs, Airbnb. People love it in Aggieland for a good reason. I mean, during game days, during graduation weekends, during Banana Ball, which we have coming up in May, you can make a lot of money on those weekends, but it is very hit or miss. There are some really slow months in there as well. Plus, you've got to furnish it. You've got to be a super host on Airbnb in order to make the money. It's a more difficult strategy and it's very hands-on. So for most investors, I'm gonna say probably not the best investment. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
Last one, small land development or infill lots?
Development. So I think development is another one. Like the BRRRR, I'm gonna go in 2 separate directions. If you are a newbie, development has a lot of gotchas. You really have to understand zoning. You have to understand the town that you're doing the development in. Bryan and College Station, 2 very different beasts. So which town are you gonna focus on? Do you truly understand the product that you're putting out there, how much it's going to cost, what it's going to rent for or sell for, a lot of things that could go wrong, but there is a lot of money to be made. So if you're a newbie, I give it a 6 out of 10, but if you're experienced, maybe an 8 or a 9. I'll even go as high as 9 if you're going to keep the property like some developers do.
There it is, 2026 investment strategies.
Awesome, guys. I'll see you at the next one.